in a matter of a few months or so, I was able to grasp that respect. So yeah, my name is Samar. I'm an interior designer. I graduated from Chelsea College of Arts in London. When I started my own business, I remember my husband used to freak out because I'd be like going to Manzoor Colony, Kurangi, all by myself. In a particular field, you should know the inside out so that people can't fool you around. I do all kinds of projects, so it comes from residentials, commercials, retails. When it comes to residentials, we've been doing a lot of nurseries lately. Purpose we've got a lot of female interior designers, but like the entire field is very male oriented.
What softwares do you think are important for someone who's looking into interior designing? Hello Samar, how are you? Thank you so much for coming on Dream Job Diaries. We're very honored to have you here. And how are you doing today? And please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi Manur, thank you for having me. So yeah, my name is Samar. I'm an interior designer by profession. I've been in this field for about, I think, 12 years now.
Oh, that's great, long time.
Yes. So I graduated from Chelsea College of Arts in London. I got back to Karachi and I joined Nahid Mashakullah. I worked there for 4 years, and then literally right before I got married, I left and I started my own. So I've been running my own business since about 8.5, 9 years now.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about what's your niche, what's your expertise? Like, are you doing nurseries? Are you doing dinings? Or what's it like?
Yeah. So, I mean, I do all kinds of projects. So it comes from residentials, commercials, retails. When it comes to residentials, we've been doing a lot of nurseries lately. And I mean, they're one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, same. 100%
Love doing
same.
nurseries. But yeah, we do all kinds of residential projects, which include like bedrooms, dining drawings, formal areas.
Yeah.
And yeah, like offices,
Yeah.
factories. We've done like 2 hospitals as well.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, literally everything.
Sounds amazing. So coming back to it, can you tell me a little bit about, you have an interior background, right? So do you think that an interior background is necessary to become an interior designer, or do you think any sort of, like, if you're interested in it but you don't have a degree, how do you think that works? Like, for example, I don't have a degree in interior design, but today I think that, oh, I'm really enjoying this. Do you think I can go on with this career? Do you think a degree is necessary, or what do you think about it?
Right. So, I mean, I come from an interior background. I studied interior. I did my bachelor's, right? So it definitely helped strengthen my foundation, as in with all the technical stuff and the spatial layouts and design principles and stuff. It helped me there. But the main learning, I would say, came in when I started working on projects, like the hands-on experience. Right.
That's always the most important.
Definitely, because when you step into the real world and you get your hands dirty, right, that's when it's like a game changer. Like, so yeah, I mean, definitely the education did help, but I give all the credits to my projects. Like, you know, I think the experiences and stuff, like running your own business, and just, I mean, you just learn so much from like handling people, like they're like different things which come up every day, and like, you know.
So if there's somebody who's like, not from the interior background, as for example, is in healthcare, but is really interested and has a vision for it and is like, creative minds for it, do you think you would encourage someone like that to go for this field? And for you personally, do you think you are going to hire an intern like that? I mean, obviously you're going to get to know that person, and if you think that person has a vision for it, do you think you will be happy to hire that person, knowing that this person might have the eye for it and might do a good job? Or do you think a degree is very necessary?
No, I think if someone comes to me with a different background and they want to learn, I'll definitely get them on board. Obviously, the person should have a bit of a vision in the sense that they're ready to take on smaller projects as well. They're like, okay, I'll push them to take on smaller projects and like, think big but start small. Yeah, I definitely take on someone with a bit of a vision and then share all my knowledge with them, push them to like present to clients, to be able to talk to clients, because I feel like just designing isn't what matters, right? You have to, if you want to start your own career in this field, you should be able to talk to clients, which is tough. Like, you have to master that as well, okay? Dealing with all kinds of clients and people, then being able to deal with different vendors, contractors in this field. And I feel like meeting your deadlines, timelines. You have to be committed, right? Only then I feel like you can, achieve anything. So yeah, anyone with a bit of like, okay, they're excited to learn about interiors, I'd be happy to help, and I'd tell them, come join me, and
Okay.
I'll share whatever
I would
can.
love to join you because I definitely feel like I have an interest in it, but obviously I
Yeah.
don't have a background. So maybe we can talk
I think
about this
that's
later
fine. Yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah.
camera.
Done.
Okay, so moving forward, can you tell me when you decided to do interior, do you think you had enough guidance and knowledge about what this career is, what field you're getting into, what's going to happen after you graduate? So do you think you had anyone telling you how to go about it, or do you was it just like an idea that you thought of and you went on without even knowing what's going to happen next?
So I mean, I don't think I had someone entirely who was in this field and guiding me step by step in my field. Like I had other people around, like my father, my husband currently, and who would help me run my business, in the sense they give me tips and tricks, like okay, finances, about hiring people and how to run a business, but like not in my particular field, because they all come from different backgrounds as well, right? So yeah, I think I did lack someone to get advice from someone in my field. Yeah, for sure.
We're in A levels, O levels, A levels. Is that when you decided that you wanted to do interior, or is it something that came to you later?
No, when I was in A levels, I remember I applied to UOL for an arts degree, like painting.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And and I remember my father always used to tell me that, do something what you're passionate about, only then you'll be able to grow big, right? He's like, otherwise there's no point. So I was like, yeah, I'm quite happy with art. So the degree I had gone, it was a 4 years bachelor's degree, but the first year they made us try out all the different fields in art. So art and design. So there was interior designing in it, there was communication in it. So that's when I tried out interiors, I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then during that time, my dad's office was being built here in Karachi. So he kept showing me like progress pictures and sharing like updates of like plans and stuff. So that's when I was like, okay, this is really interesting, And I think that kind of like got me excited. And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe painting is not what I want to do. Maybe I want to go into interiors, like planning spaces and stuff. So I think that's when
If someone thinks that they're interested in it, it's okay to transition into a new field. It's okay to follow your passion.
Yes, you should follow your passion, because honestly, like I'm telling you, my dad said, he's like, if I'm going to push you to become a doctor or an engineer, and if you don't want to, you're never going to succeed. You have to, do what your mind and heart says, right? If you like interiors, that's honestly the only reason I'm surviving. It's like been 12 years. I'm only being, and it's crazy. Now with a kid also, like I'm going crazy. Like literally, I don't know how I'm surviving, but like because I love it, that's the only reason I'm being able to do it. Yeah.
If you don't love what you do, you give up very easy. So, this is the idea behind Crossroads, like career Crossroads, is that a lot of people, what they study, they realize later that this is not what they want to do. So we're here to help them in case they want to transition into a new field, follow what they studied, or go for something like a crazy idea that they have and they want to start this thing, and you want an idea as to how to go about it. So, as an interior designer, we would love to have you help someone who is looking to enter this field, and with or without a degree. So how do you think you can contribute as a consultant at Career Crossroads?
I mean, I'd love to contribute in any way possible, and I'd help them by obviously sharing my knowledge, whatever expertise I have in this field. So taking them to site visits, because I feel like sitting on the desk is never going to help them, right? When I started my own business, I remember my husband used to freak out because I'd be like going to Manzoor Colony, Kurangi, all by myself. He'll be like, no, like, listen, this is not okay, like, halat dekho, yes. I was like, listen, no. If I have to, then he was like, okay, chalo, this is what you've decided, this is your field. So yeah, so I'll definitely push the interns or the employees I get. Even now, like whenever I hire all these young fresh graduates, I push them to like visit the stores, to go to the factory, see how everything's being done, learn about the process, look at the materials, because it's so important to get into the integrity of it. Upar se designing nahi hoti. Like an interior designer job looks all nice and lovely, oh my god, designing spaces, but like there's a lot more behind it. Like there's a long process, a long story. So
We would be so happy to have you here with us on board as a consultant because your willingness to help students and their fresh graduates, we just love that. So thank you so much for coming here. But other than that, so if there is an aspiring interior designer, like a student from whichever university and is thinking to start, what do you think is the first step for them to go about it?
yeah, I definitely get them to intern somewhere for a good 6 to 7 months at least, and like be as hands-on as possible.
Find out if this is what they
Literally,
really
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. Because, like I said, yeah, it's not that easy. So you really have to enjoy it, and so yeah, I tell them to just understand the field first, and
So now I feel like there are a lot of people who study interior and there are a lot of people who didn't study interior and did courses and anything and now are in this field. So basically the field as interior designer in Pakistan is very saturated. So what do you think about this? Now when I think of becoming an interior designer now, should I think about no, this is too saturated, or do you think there's still space and scope?
definitely I wouldn't say it's too saturated. I feel like it's evolving. I feel like it's such a like designing homes and spaces is so personal that people are always looking for like new perspective, right? You can be so creative and like you can give the client so much, right? So yeah, I feel like if you're like determined and you're willing to give it your best, then I feel like, I mean, the sky's the limit. Like, you can do so much, and you can get the right clients by designing right. Like, when you're giving in a design element, like if you're designing a piece of furniture or space, you should know why you're designing it as well, right? Because I feel like nowadays, people are, instead of looking at the product, they're looking at the storyline as well. They look at the brand as well. If they want to know the person behind it, they want to know their story. So like every piece you're selling should have a story behind it.
100%. So what do you think is missing in Pakistan? Like what is that one thing that you think that it's not there yet? Like for example, you're doing nurseries, which you're doing so well with. So what do you think what is their place for? Like what do you think that's missing here, which someone can come up with, and it's a new field and they can like try it out?
Maybe some like nice. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, we were actually, yeah. So one of my nurseries we're doing now. So the client she didn't want flooring. She wanted like nice carpet feel and look. And literally like there was not any like nice soft cozy looking carpet anywhere. Like the end to end carpets, not rugs, but like
Yeah.
just floor to cover the entire floor with carpets. There was nothing here. So that was really sad. They were like, oh, वो ban हो गए, यहाँ अभी नहीं आ रहे, export import का issues हो रहे, तो we don't have options here for like
So now
carpets.
everybody knows what to look into.
Yeah. So yeah,
okay, that's fair.
we need some nice carpets to put. Other than that, I'd say, I mean, what is missing? Yeah, I mean, we've.
What do you think about restaurants? Like I feel like interior restaurants are doing really well and there's a lot of scope there.
There is, yeah.
Designing restaurants, I feel like because Pakistan has so many upcoming restaurants, like food industry is always flourishing.
Yeah, every few
so
months
I
is a
feel like
new
you can
restaurant.
definitely be an expert in that field.
Yeah,
So that is
definitely.
my personal opinion, 100%.
Yeah, restaurants for
Yeah.
sure. Even commercial projects. I feel like offices and stuff also.
Yeah. So,
great
for
to do.
example, if someone is new to this field and they don't have a degree in interior, what kind of courses do you think are available in Pakistan or abroad, which you think they can go through, get done and try to become an interior designer?
So in Pakistan, Indus Valley
Yeah.
is providing doing these courses and stuff, short courses. So yeah, like diploma courses. So yeah, I think it'll be a great way to like kind of get started. Anyone without an interior background, like they'll teach you different like softwares there, right? Again, it's not as hands-on in the sense that like you're not doing like
Can just be
what you're
something
going to
to
be
start
doing,
with,
yeah,
but you
at
need
the
hands-on
job.
after that.
But yeah, at least you'll get an idea of like how to run AutoCAD, to do drawings, banana,
Yeah.
how to take like site measurements. So yeah, I feel like Indus is providing that, so it's great. So like if anyone wants to start off, they should look into Indus.
Okay. And what softwares do you think are important for someone who's looking into interior designing?
So there's AutoCAD, which is like 2D drawings. We use that a lot, and then we use different 3D softwares for like rendering and to give the client like the closest perspective
Right,
to
okay.
their space. So yeah, these
That's
two
fair.
softwares are really important.
Can you tell me that when you started off as an interior designer, what are the kind of challenges you faced?
Oh, okay. There were a lot of challenges. I think abhi tak challenges hote hain. Like
Of
day to day,
course,
we're like,
yeah.
when you're running your own business, be it
Yeah.
any field, be it interiors field, be it like literally any field, like there are different challenges every day. I remember one of mine, I'd say, was that being a young female designer, I felt like our field, upar se to we've got a lot of female interior designers, but like the entire field is very male oriented. For example, all the mazdoor, the contractors, all the vendors, right? They're all men, right? So when I used to go to site, I felt like they wouldn't like take me seriously. They'd be like, इससे क्या पता होगा, right?
Yeah.
Like ये तो एक छोटी सी
That's
बच्ची आ
like a
गई,
universal problem in Pakistan.
Yes. So like initially I was like, okay, what's happening here? But I remember my dad had always said that, when you're in a particular field, you should know the inside out so that people can't fool you around. So yeah, I feel like in a matter of a few months or so, I was able to grasp that respect because they knew, they were like, okay, this girl knows her stuff, we can't like, So yeah, that was one of the challenges, and
Well, you have overcome those challenges, and I'm sure you're
Yes,
doing amazing.
yes.
We all know you are.
and I think बहुत challenge अभी तक, like now, like being a mother and running your own business. I mean, I'm sure you also know. It's tough. Like, I'm like, it's like, I want to give my child time. I want to give my work because my work was my first baby, like
Yeah,
my first
of
child, my
course, of
business.
course.
So, but of course, with help in Karachi, my husband, constant help, my siblings, mom, everyone. So, yeah,
So we're very grateful for
So
all the
there's
help, to be very honest,
definitely-
because being a mom, especially, it's like you should just don't know how to balance both
It is
things.
tough.
Like
It
you're
is
always
tough.
just like,
Yeah.
if you're here, you want to be there. And
Exactly,
This is
exactly.
crazy, but we're all trying to like do
Yeah,
something because we
yeah.
want to. Everybody now is just like, they want an identity for themselves. They want to flourish in their own
Exactly,
careers,
exactly.
which is why, again, we are here at
Yeah.
Career Crossroads, helping you figure out things. And we're so excited to have you on board
Yeah,
because I'm
thank
sure you
you.
will be of great help to whoever is looking to become an interior designer. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
It was
having
lovely having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to working with you guys.
Thank you.